For the past 8 years, Councilmember Englander and his Chief of Staff of John Lee have done absolutely nothing on this issue. They just haven't shown up. Similar tonight. He doesn't want to answer the hard questions because he's done nothing on the hard question. This issue takes leadership. It takes somebody making a decision despite the NIMBY groups that'll come out wherever you want to cite it. When I was in Santa Clarita, I stepped up as the one council member that worked with the community to cite a homeless shelter with everyone's input and being transparent. That's what we need in CD12. Get all the neighborhood councils in a room and just give them all the facts, and let's all agree to some locations we can do and follow through. Secondly, we must litigate the Ninth Circuit Court decision. We have, today in LA Times, law enforcement has MRSA exposure, communicable diseases, panhandlers in front of business owners, and people don't want to go into their favorite stores. We are lowering the standards of our community. We're lowering our property tax, our sales tax for this Ninth Court decision where we should be fighting it aggressively. Aliso gas explosion. In law, you have some things, foreseeability and reasonableness. To me, you look to the foreseeability of the second largest methane gas storage facility in the United States, and you look at 1950 wells that were built. You look at safety valves that were taken out in the 70s and not replaced. You look at old technology that is looking towards a disaster. And then, is it reasonable that all we did was build homes, schools, and parks up to the property line and never holding Sempra Energy or SoCal Gas responsible? And so, as an elected official, now what we can do is we can go to Sempra Energy and say, hey, look, unless there's third-party neutral testing, and unless you're held at the highest standards of accountability, you must shut down. And for us as elected officials, not to prevent the next foreseeable disaster of this methane gas, it's on us because it's already happened, and we don't know if there's other wells that are going to go next because we're not even allowed to go test. We're not allowed to go see what's there, and that's wrong. And until that company can change, we shouldn't accept their behavior. The city of Los Angeles has to raise the bar to enforce their municipal code. My experience is you call to enforce, and they're non-responsive, or they don't do anything, therefore people go away. And that's just inappropriate on how to deal with it. But two things, I take a little bit different approach. I look at eviction, and I see people staying in places 6 months up to a year, not paying rent, and rent's going unpaid, and the homeowner is looking at paying mortgage that's not coming in. So we right away look at how is the tenant being hurt, what about the property owner? And with minimum wage, same thing. Our small business owners are being asked in a very short time to go from $12 to $15, almost to $20 for a young teen to scoop ice cream. What people don't realize, it's not minimum wage for the new employee. Employees that have been there for 5-10 years, they expect that gap. So when someone goes from up to $15, the person who is at $15 expects to go to $20. And so ultimately that business owner is taking a real cut to where they might not even be able to be in business.